Wow. Another inning fit for Hollywood.
Told you! I told you! God is good!
Yeah.
This is everything. This is everything. You know, I've been through a lot. I prayed up. I stayed prayed up. And God came through.
All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by Coin Trader Inc. Mind your money.
Come on, Coin Trader Studios, we're bringing it live. And who am I? I go by the name of Darkest Night. And Jada Hoyos is the one who brings a sick beat, to which we're getting pumped for topics this week. So let me grab my grape soda and take a sip, while I turn it over to Katie, Nick, Ted, and Vic. It's all over. We're all over the road. We got a brand new show, so just lo and behold, from the bayou to the city to the burbs to the swamps, you better know what time it is when you're hearing that.
317! From the city of New Orleans, this is All Over the Road, New Orleans, the podcast. You are listening to an unofficial NFL production. Super Bowl 57 wrap-up on All Over the Road, New Orleans. The damn podcast. With your hosts, Ted Semper.
It's good to be here, but you know what? I think I'm hearing it in advance because you said Super Bowl 57. That would be next year. I don't really know what's going to happen, but we can make stuff up.
Super Bowl 57 was this year.
No, I don't think he's right.
Yeah, no, I know I'm right.
Dan, can you clear that up?
I'll clear it up.
I think it was 56.
No, it was 57. See, no, you just ruined the whole damn opening.
It didn't ruin nothing.
Yeah, you did.
Well, you got it wrong.
No, because you don't know. No, I didn't.
It's 50. LVI.
No, I didn't.
LVI.
No, I didn't.
Did I get it right or wrong? Is he right or wrong?
Well,
what is
let's
it?
see if
You're probably wrong. You know I'm right. You know I'm probably wrong.
You're probably wrong.
Of course I am.
I'm pretty sure it's 56. That's about all I know about the Super Bowl. Although I did watch the game.
Here comes the hitting part.
I know.
Here he comes. I'm John Facenda. From the grave. This is an
What is it? What is it? The NFL opening from like it's 56.
It was,
yeah.
all right, okay.
But don't tell Vic, okay? Just let him go. Okay. No, he can't handle being wrong. Hey, look.
This is an unofficial NFL production.
Oh, wait, it's unofficial?
It's unofficial.
Yeah.
I have to
It's
go.
not sanctioned by the National Football League.
I can't do this.
But it's officially Aotr's property, so you're good.
Is my mic
It's
on?
the Super
Oh, yeah.
Bowl 56 wrap-up.
There we go. There we go.
There you go. Got it right. What is that? Is that the opening for what, like NFL
This is
Today or something? What is that?
Well, yeah, that.
From
amongst-
like
This is
1972?
How about this? Listen.
Yeah. Okay.
When I think of the old Los Angeles Rams, I think of Rosie Greer,
Oh, he was a man. He was the man.
the florist,
Yeah.
Merlin Olsen,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
the engine, woohoo ha ha, Roman Gabriel.
What about Ray? Ray.
How about Tom Flores?
Ray Nitschke played for the Packers, you dummy.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
He was a
Yeah,
meat
I'm sorry I
still.
had to get rough with Teddy there.
It's just, I told you couldn't handle being wrong. That's okay.
And old Twinkle Toes himself at wide receiver, Jack Snow. They brought football to Los Angeles, and Tinseltown
Oh, okay.
was no longer the city of the Dodgers and Lakers. The Rams made football prominent in old L.A. How you like my Vicente?
Oh,
you like
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, what happened?
Just killed the music.
Sorry about that. You gotta edit that part because we're rolling.
I'm not editing
There we
anything.
go.
Nor your mistake in the beginning.
Well, I accidentally pushed a button.
Oh, okay.
I mean, come on. You can't be so rough on me.
You accidentally push a lot
Let's
of
go back to John Vicente.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is the All Over the Road Super Bowl 56. 5-6 LVI.
That's it.
LVI wrap up with your hosts, the man himself, from Hobart, Louisiana, and Hobart Evangelical College. Ted Semper.
From Hobart?
Mr. Football in Long Island, 1976, Daniel Greenbaum.
You can't see him, but he's waving.
He's 4 eyes. He's got 2 sets of glasses on for some reason. I don't know why.
And of course,
I don't know why.
He doesn't either.
And I'm John Vicenda.
Yes, he
By
is.
the way,
Okay, John. See you later.
I'm
Talk to you
John.
later.
And,
Talk to you next year, John.
wait, I'm not done.
Can
Where's
we have
Vic?
Vic, please? Can we have Vic?
And
Yeah.
the king of all podcasting, Victor Del Giorno from all over the road.
He got it right. That's good. Good.
What? He got his name right?
Yeah, John did.
Robert Gabriel back to pass.
Yeah.
He's looking downfield. He's got Jack Stone. 25 yards. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Rams.
He's living his fantasy.
Why am I so zoomed in on the Rams of the 60s?
I don't know.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know,
Dan?
because, that's where we came from.
Nostalgia.
You know why? I'm going to tell you why.
Because that was good football. That's why.
That's when the NFL was great. number
Hasn't
one.
this team been in Los Angeles, and then did it start in Los Angeles, then it
They
went to
started
St. Louis?
in Los Angeles.
St. Louis, then?
Yeah.
St. Louis?
No,
Then
no,
back-
they started in Los Angeles. The LA Rams. I told you, Rosie Greer. I just give you one.
They made the trade for Elroy Hirsch.
Yep. Crazy legs.
They traded 5 guys for Elroy Hirsch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Played at the Coliseum. Then they ended up moving to San Diego. Didn't they? No.
St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis. I'm sorry. What am I talking?
That's what I just said.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, I did say that.
I'm going to
Louis
St.
Rams.
I'm going to St. Louis this week. But,
That's where the
I told you, I'm going to St. Louis. You're going on vacation.
what's that movie that's out about the quarterback, comeback kid?
Oh, Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner story. He was from St. Louis Rams. With
You don't
he,
like-
he was with St.
You
Louis
know,
Rams.
like her?
I don't know. I heard it's a good movie. I haven't seen it. I heard it's awesome.
Matter of fact, I've never heard Dan say, Dan Greenbaum.
Dan Greenbaum. Let's welcome him to the AOTR
Daniel, thank you for
New
joining
Orleans
us.
Studios.
It wouldn't be a sports spectacular without
Yeah.
you.
Well, this is
wait.
fun. I don't know anything, but I'll try.
No, you know a lot. You know a lot.
I'm glad I thought about bringing him in as a guest.
You did.
I know.
You know,
Thank you.
I did.
we're also going to, this Super Bowl. I wanted to go around the table before we talk about anything else, and because what I think it's important about the Super Bowl is who did you watch it with?
Oh, okay. Good.
Who did you watch it with? Okay.
Okay. Who'd you watch it with? I'll answer.
It'll get around to me, and I'll tell
Yeah,
you
well,
why.
I'll go first. I guess. I mean, I had a small group over to my house, maybe 6-7 people. Daughter, my son-in-law, my new son-in-law, a couple other
Lance,
friends.
your son-in-law Lance.
Yeah, a couple other friends. They came by. And then my wife Hazel, she cooked, so she didn't really watch the first half.
All right, good.
She was cooking. She was.
Well, that's my next question.
She always
Don't
goes
get-
way overboard, anyways.
Okay, don't get too
That's
far
right.
ahead because I want to know about the fair. Okay, so it was you, Mary, Lance, and Hazel, the 4 of you.
Yes,
Okay, now what?
and maybe 2 or 3 others. Just
What do you mean maybe 2 or 3 others?
well, they were like friends who kind of walked in and.
I mean, what is that?
They came back. They were
He couldn't
just
he
stopped
can't
by.
remember.
yeah, friends of my wife and a couple friends of my own.
Prairieville Vagabonds.
Yeah, but like I said, a small group, less than 10.
Okay. So you don't want to tell us who you watched it. You don't want to tell
It
the.
doesn't really matter. You wouldn't know them.
Okay, well, okay.
Gosh.
Well, maybe the listeners know them. I'm just saying.
Well,
I'm going to
only
tell you
mine.
everybody.
You're right.
I'm going to tell you everybody that I was watching it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now, what was the fair, Teddy? Food.
We had chicken, we had sausage, we had fillets.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's the
And then,
Super
okay,
Bowl, Vic.
Saturday.
It's the Super Bowl.
He
Fillets.
gets paid too much around here. Are you freaking kidding me? He's eating fillets. I'm over here eating chips.
So that Saturday at about, no kidding, about 4 o'clock, my wife says, let's get a new grill. We've been kind of talking about it because we've been using the barbecue kind and, it gets old. So we went shopping for a new grill. We found one at Home Depot. We had to put it together
Did you get
Saturday
the
night.
The trigger, the
We
tiger?
got the, what do you mean the ticker?
There's this new grill. It's called the Tigger, the Tigger.
No, we didn't get that.
You heard about that?
No, I don't know anything.
We spent like $400 or $500.
I
I mean,
know,
they're not cheap, right? I didn't get the latest and
I'm
the
out of
greatest.
the loop. Completely
But-
out of the loop.
So we put that together Saturday night. We used it for Sunday for I'm telling a story here, but that's okay. That's all right.
Wait. Stop.
Wait,
Just stop for a second.
stop.
I think it's more important to see why Dan is out of the loop, Ted. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find
just
out.
go to work.
You and me
go
met
home,
Dan
I
at
don't
the
know.
same time.
Yeah,
You and me
we did.
met Dan.
Oh, way back at the
with the
pizza.
basketball.
That's
The,
right.
pizza with
The
the pizza
basketball.
connection.
There was
So
a
let's
guy.
be a little sensitive of our guest.
Yeah, let's not.
Well,
go
you
into
asked
all
me a
that.
question. I was trying to tell you.
I like the story. Let him.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, go ahead. Dan's right.
Well, I'm just telling you, Saturday. So we put the grill together Saturday night. We had it all together. It took about 2 hours. No kidding, to both of us.
Wow,
I
that's-
can't really see the
that's
direction.
not bad.
These directions
That's
are
not
so
bad.
Dan, you gotta talk
small.
directly into the mic.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's
you
not
gotta-
bad.
It's not bad, right?
Raise it up a little.
My wife is better at this than
That's
me.
not
And believe it or
bad.
not,
Of
she's
course.
better at grilling than me.
Is that
of course
better,
you-
Vic?
That do I lose my man card for that? I don't know.
No.
So Sunday she's going to do the grilling out of her new grill, right? And so she's all nervous, and that's why it took her longer, and that's why she kind of went overboard with the food. You know, we had king cake, we had something else, some other desserts, and we had a lot of food. So it was good. I watched the whole game. It was a good game, but that's who I watched it with.
Well, that was a good spread. I will do this. I will give that a applause for the spread.
Thank you very much.
I mean, filet. I mean,
Filleting, yeah.
Were they
Can't
bone
beat
in? Were they
fillets.
bone in fillets?
We had chicken, we had sausage left over, but no fillets left over.
Okay.
You know how that goes.
Okay, and Hazel made the fillets.
She made everything.
Were they medium rare or medium?
How she came before she put them on the grill and asked everybody how they wanted them. I mean, I thought she was over the top.
I like it. I like it. Medium rare, but I like it on the medium side.
Out of the less than 10 people, everybody
Don't overcook it. You can always send it
on
back.
her new grill. It's like, okay, that's why she was nervous.
Where'd you buy the grill?
Lowe's.
I think it was Home Depot.
Okay, so I thought maybe you went over to Dirt Cheap. Picked it up over there. Dirt Cheap.
I probably
Zachary.
should have. I probably
Dirt
should have
Cheap.
checked with them first.
Zachary. Dirt
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, now Dan, why don't you know anything? What do you mean you don't know anything?
I don't know anything. I can't explain it.
Why? But you do know
I
something.
know a little bit about football.
Okay, you see how I'm getting this
Dan,
mic right up my face? That's how you gotta
you're
do it.
the sports guy. You know
Yeah.
a little bit more than a little
I've
bit.
got my opinions. Is that better, Vic?
Yeah, it's better.
I got my opinions. I got a lot of opinions about that game.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who'd you watch the game with other than Mickey?
I watched it. No. Mickey wasn't there. He was very upset. I left him at home.
And Mickey is who?
My cat.
Oh,
He
one of his
does
cats.
not
One
like
of your
to
cats.
be.
He's got 3 silly cats.
So you didn't
Yeah.
watch the game at home?
No, I watched it with Chip.
Oh, Chip and Ernie.
In the no.
Oh, Chip and Bob.
Chip and Bob and a few other people in Chip's pool house. And
Pool house,
yeah,
nice.
we had ribs and chicken and great spread.
Yeah.
Always good food there, barbecuing.
Was that in Lakeview?
No, it's over here in Metairie. Yeah.
And did you have a cabana boy?
A cabana boy.
No cabana.
No cabana boy, but we just made the women do all the
Okay.
cleanup and stuff.
So the women there to clean up.
Can that be edited out?
Of course
no,
it can.
no need
Of
to.
course it
No need to.
Dude,
You want the real Dan to shine through
Yes,
here.
Yeah. So
I'm a pig.
now the women were Chip and Dan's, or Chip and Bob's significant others.
Yeah, and there was another guy there I'd never met, and then
That's always
a
cool.
guy named Billy Sims, no relation to the.
No kidding.
Yeah, Billy Sims. Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Wait, he was a
Billy Sims.
player, right?
yeah. No, it was not the Billy Sims.
John wants to
It wasn't him.
John wants to come back. Is it okay?
For a moment.
John Facenda?
Billy Sims of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that's right.
Tiger Stadium.
Actually, of Terminex, but all right.
Danielson drops back, hands it off to Billy Sims. Billy, he's got a crease. 25, 35, 40. He's at midfield. 40, 30, 10, touchdown.
Oh, the way I saw it, he dropped the ball. I don't know.
It's a
But
fun
anyway.
move.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's
so,
okay.
So you had a nice little crowd there, a little group.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
drank a lot of wine.
A lot of wine, a lot of food.
Did the sulfur get to you?
Did the what?
The sulfur.
The sulfur.
A sulfide.
The sulfur. No. It did not get to me.
From what?
My kids tell me I absolutely butcher the English language. Do I?
No.
I
No,
don't think
you
so.
are
Your
probably.
kids- hey, listen, you know your kids don't know anything. They like to think they do, right? And I don't mean your kids specifically.
listen.
I love your kids.
Yeah.
Your kids.
There you
All
go.
of them.
This might be the first laugh track you ever got.
Wow. That's
In
not.
in 3 years.
That's not good.
He gets it all the time.
Well, I controlled them.
Needlessly.
I controlled them.
Yeah, he controls
All right,
it.
then. So what was the fare over here, Bob? And
Yeah.
Yeah,
chicken
you know,
bobs?
chicken, ribs, like I said.
Ribs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
There was king cake. That's really about it. That was enough.
Well, over here we had. I know you have a son, Aaron. A lot of people don't know. I have a son, Aaron, as well. I do.
Really?
Yes. And Ancestry.com.
People show up from all over the place.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Where does this Aaron live?
Yeah. He's here in the Louisiana
Chicago?
area. No, he's in the Louisiana area. And so Aaron came, and I just enjoyed the time with Aaron. Now, Aaron is a great cook. And so Aaron brought chicken legs, a 4 or 5 layer taco dip, or what is it they call it? Nacho dip or something. They got layers upon layers.
I don't know. I'm really confused.
Well, this may be a true story, but everything's true except for the parts he makes up.
It was also. I wouldn't make up anything. Why would I make up anything?
Because I don't know. Do you have a son named Aaron?
I do have a son named Aaron.
Aaron Del Giorno?
Aaron was supposed to be on the show. As a matter of fact, Aaron still might show up. See, we could call Aaron.
Okay.
But I've got all the music playing on my phone.
I've known you for 40 years. You've never mentioned Aaron, but
This is a new thing. It's Ancestry.com.
He just surfaced.
Yes.
In your life.
So let me ask you something.
Okay.
While I'm playing the great music, NFL music,
Yeah.
I'm playing here.
It's a little annoying. Yeah, we
It's
hear
an
it.
hour and 17.
We hear it.
It's an hour and 17-minute loop. We have an hour left.
No.
So, Dad, what'd you have for your spread?
He just said.
That was it.
I thought he would give. We have a lot of time. He could go into more detail.
We don't have
Well, I know, but
We could dive deeper into the spread.
can I
Oh,
please
wait,
do-
we're actually on to you.
can I please do the questioning here? Please.
Sure.
Because I have a direction here. I'm prepared.
Oh.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Now, look, while I'm playing the music here, I can't make a phone call.
No.
Okay. Because
But
I
that-
can
it's not
call. I
technically,
can
no.
call Aaron. But we'd have to stop the music.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. You'd have to stop.
All right, so Dan, you and I talked a little bit. We were very, very interested and talked a little bit about how now when betting was legal in Louisiana, and of course, the National Football League is in bed with
Oh,
betting.
totally in bed with
Yeah.
the gamblers.
And you got Paul running.
I know.
Don married Alex Karras.
Alex Karras.
They were
Yeah.
suspended for gambling.
Yeah.
Here, now everybody's gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's ridiculous.
We had money on the coin toss. We had money on the Gatorade color. Now,
Did you win it?
have you ever heard of a guy named Dan Kerwin?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure where.
Dan
though.
Kerwin was an NFL executive for years, and to talk about the officiating, because there was that officiating, that offensive pass interference.
No, it's always terrible.
I know. So Dan Kerwin was once telling the story about Bill Belichick in the competition committee. The NFL, Teddy, they have this competition committee that meets every year, and they change some rules or do this and that.
Yeah.
So Belichick was one of the speakers. He's in the competition committee, and it was his job to go to the owners in the league and say, I think we should get every call right. Okay, so the heck with the challenges, the heck with all that stuff. If there is a call that might be marginal, whether it's passing, no matter what it is, let's get it right on the field. Okay, so he goes in there. This is according to Dan Kerwin, who's very reputable. And he comes out of this meeting, and he walks by Kerwin. Now, if you're a reporter, Belichick don't talk to you. He walks right past you. Mr. Belichick. You know, he walks right past him.
Ignores you.
And he goes to Kerwin, he looks at him, and he goes, I think we had the wrong messenger.
I guess so.
But a lot of stuff,
So was Belichick talking about the Super Bowl only or every game?
No, he was on the competition committee trying to
For the
get
whole
Every
instant
season.
replay.
Every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in baseball, they'll replay anything that looks replayable, won't they? Or how's baseball work?
No, baseball, the only thing they'll do is the home run.
Yeah.
That's
I,
it?
I think it's the only one that's automatically reviewed, yeah.
And you get only so many reviews then if you're a manager?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
because
that,
there's
yeah.
been some calls at the end of the game or close to the end, like call at first base. And clearly it was wrong, but they don't change it.
Yeah,
So they don't review it to change it. So you're right. I think Dan's right on that.
but football
But
is
football.
the worst officiated
So
game.
It is.
the
in all
rule
the
is
sports.
no, in the last 2 minutes, no challenges.
No challenges.
No matter
It
what.
has to come from the league. It has to come from the league.
So the league, like the guy sitting in New York watching
Yes.
the screen or whatever
Yes.
he's doing, he can say, we need to review that.
Yes.
If he doesn't say
Exactly.
that, game
It
goes
could-
on.
yeah, he's on Fifth
That's
Avenue.
correct.
Fifth Avenue.
That's correct.
In Manhattan. They got a big crew.
Yeah.
They're smoking cigars. Big fat guys.
So
Big
you,
fat cats.
what are you getting at here?
Well, what I'm getting at here is that in the old days, people got suspended for gambling. So no,
Yeah.
they're in bed with gambling. Belichick says, let's get all the calls right. And, I think something. And now look, if that penalty on that touchdown pass where the guy went across Ramsey's face and Ramsey fell down and caught a touchdown. Who was it? Which one was it that caught
That was Boyd. Was that Boyd? Yeah.
Like at the beginning of the second half, like
Yeah,
the first, could have been the first play. I think.
Boyd!
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very good.
Now
Thank
listen, do you like that?
No.
So listen, do you think, Dan, as I think a very prominent and very knowledgeable sports person, do you think if that play would have happened in the last 4 minutes of the game, it had gotten called?
Well, the way they were calling the game, it very possibly could have been because they were calling crap at the end of the game. They weren't calling at the beginning.
Plus, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious.
But I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that big of a. I didn't think it was interference.
Did you enjoy the game, Dan?
Yeah, it was an okay game.
Right.
Somebody told me, one of the guys at work said it was the best Super Bowl he's ever seen. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I've heard a few people say that was the best game ever.
I don't
Really?
see that part.
Like ever.
No, it wasn't that good of a game.
Teddy, didn't you think? Now you go back to the championship game when the Bengals got in there. The guy had 13 seconds and no timeouts, and he gets down there and they kick a field goal. All right, now listen. When they had a minute 25 left and 2 timeouts, you figure this game's going to overtime at least. I mean, weren't you pretty confident?
Yeah, I was.
The play calling was atrocious. They had 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
In the championship game?
No,
Or
in the Super Bowl.
He had 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1.
Oh, I thought he had 2nd and 1.
At the end of the game?
Yeah, I thought
He
he had
had
2nd and
3rd and 1 and 4th and 1.
Okay.
And he got it wrong. He got it backwards.
Right. That's what I said.
Who's
Should've
Joe?
ran
You
on-
pass the
Burrow.
ball
Pass on third,
first,
yeah.
and then if you don't get it, you run Mixon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't have Mixon in the game. He had Perrine in the game.
Yeah.
And that guy is an ordinary running back. Joe Mixon is
Mixon
a guy.
was having a good game. Why didn't they have him in?
Right, because Zach Taylor has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, there you go.
He doesn't. I just read a thing on it. He said, "Well, that's what we did all year, so I put him in." Those are two different classes of running back. Joe Mixon is a guy who does not like to go down.
Yeah.
He'll get you that yard.
Yeah, I thought that was a bad play. And here's another thing, too. In pregame, that kid from Florida, McPherson, was kicking 75-yarders.
Yeah.
Now, at that point in the game, I don't know, I thought they had the ball at the 48.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
so
48
you
or
back up
50.
7.
Yeah.
All right, it's a 65-yarder.
Well,
Why
Give him
didn't
a
you
shot.
kick?
Give
I
him a
mean,
shot
the
at it.
kid would have kicked it.
yeah, that kid can kick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
wouldn't that be a better odds thing than going for it on 4th? You put the game all on that. I mean, at
Yeah.
least you're kicking to tie the game.
And then you call it all, and then you call a shitty, a
Because
really bad call. Really, that just, I don't know what he thought he was doing.
Hey,
You
did you
know,
guys see the story about the McPherson? He sat in the stadium and watched the halftime show. Did you see that? I don't know. I read that.
No, but
Yeah.
kickers do that stuff. They're just
Oh, that's like not.
Kickers.
Yeah,
He's not
plus
a-
it was
he's a
special
kicker.
halftime show. So he showed him sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Big old smile.
Boy, I got the halftime show wrong.
Okay,
I thought it was
I-
the. Okay, we're not
wanna
going
get to
there
that.
yet. We're not going there yet. Okay,
No, we're not
sorry,
doing that.
because I.
What are we going to do?
really
Dissect
anxious.
each
No,
play?
no. I'm going to go back to the betting. Okay, now look.
okay.
One of the lines in the game, you're a Baton Rouge guy, Teddy.
Yeah.
One of the big betting lines in the game, it got a lot of action, more action than I think anything, was how many reception yards would Odell Beckham get? And
Oh, he just fell short.
And there was a big payoff on the yardage thing, and there was less of a payoff on a touchdown. So I think the money line was barely a plus on the touchdown. They figured he'd get a touchdown. But the yardage was another
50,
thing.
58.
You got like 50
Yeah.
something, right?
No,
He was 10 yards.
10 yards short.
And this happened in the first half. So a lot of people lost a lot of money on that. All right. Now, you've heard of Bill Polian, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I haven't.
Bill. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Bill Polian, the GM, the
He's
famous
a guru.
GM.
Bill
For
Bill
who?
Polian was the architect of all the Buffalo Bills Super
Yeah.
Bowl teams.
Okay.
Where they went to the
All
Super
right.
Bowl and never won. They went to like, 5 Super Bowls?
4 in a row.
Yeah.
Lost every time.
each one.
One of them wide right. You know,
Wide right.
Wide right.
Norwood.
Norwood.
Remember?
I believe he's a Mennonite. And that was the problem.
That is a problem.
I believe he was a Mennonite. This will be 2 shows in a row that I'm going to mention Mennonites.
Wow.
Just tell you
See
right
how
now.
the laugh
That's
track
gotta
comes
be a-
on?
that's
see,
gotta be a
see how
record.
the laugh,
That's
the
a
laugh
record.
track is perfectly
That's a
timed
record.
when after Vic.
So Polian, he was the architect of the great Buffalo Bill teams. He was also the architect of the not Baltimore
Colts.
Indianapolis Colts,
Colts, yeah.
Peyton Manning teams.
Yeah.
Okay. He works for NFL Network. So he makes a statement after the game, okay, because Beckham goes down. And the worst knee injuries are the ones that do not involve contact.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That is correct.
Planting, you plant your foot. Got these big. You're playing on artificial turf with these big old stud spikes. All right. And Polian said by 2025, every NFL stadium will have real turf, real grass.
Real grass.
And they can do it now. I mean, come on.
That's only 3 years.
Talk about technology. I mean, why? You can't tell me. So what they got now is this new system. Because if that had been natural grass, Beckham would have played the rest of the game. I mean, it's just a fact. It's a fact. So they have a way where they have this lighting system that hovers about 6 inches off the ground, off the grass, that helps the grass grow, that waters it, and you can walk on this surface, this lighting surface. So if you have other events within the stadium, you can walk on it, you can cover up and walk on it.
Oh, okay.
And then what you do is before game time, you pull it off, you cut the grass, you can mark the field. I mean, But something has to be done about the turf system.
Oh, it's all these injuries are.
Yeah.
Even when they get tackled, it's like cement.
Well, that
They've
hurts.
been saying that.
hurts. I have falls frequently, and I know they hurt. They really do. I'm prone to fall.
I think you should be more careful.
Now, in the 70s, they had that Astro. It was what they play on now is called player turf.
Yeah.
All right. In the old days, it was Astro turf. Remember? Yeah.
From the Astrodome.
Right.
Well, you had less injuries on that because, okay, it was harder, but you used a turf shoe. It was basically a tennis shoe. So you didn't get snagged up as much. This turf they're playing on today, they're playing spikes like you play on grass.
So wouldn't it be easier to just modify their shoes?
Maybe.
It would be.
Then change the turf in every stadium?
No.
Well, it wouldn't be every
but listen,
stadium. Some have natural grass.
Sorry, Ted.
grass.
That would make sense. We
but
can't have that.
it's not that easy because if you've ever walked on the stuff, it's like grass, but it doesn't give. You have to have a cleat. You cannot play with a turf shoe or.
Well, still, you can modify the shoe.
You
Well,
could
just come up with something new. I don't know, but maybe not.
It wouldn't
I
be
don't know.
100%. It would be 100%.
Yeah.
You modify the turf.
What does the Superdome have?
Players' turf.
Got turf.
They all have players' turf.
That stuff that with it looks like there's dirt popping up.
Yeah, those are rubber pellets.
Yeah, rubber pellets.
And they get in the
popping up.
players' eyes.
So is it going to be harder to grow grass on an inside stadium, such as the Superdome?
Well, sure.
Well, of course
But they can do it.
But they can do it. Like I just said, they have this
Can be
lighting
done.
system that hovers 6 inches off the ground and make it to grow and water the turf.
Yeah.
You can walk on the surface if you have other events.
Right.
Just a little tidbit of info. Okay, so before you get to the halftime show, anything else you want to say about the first half?
Yeah. Well, of course.
Just get going here.
I mean,
You just warm it up.
I usually don't like to, beat my own drum, but that first set of downs, when they had 4th and 1 at midfield, I said, I just out loud, because I know it, I said, he's going for it. And everybody looked at me and goes, he's not going for this. And I'm like, I've watched a lot of Cincinnati Bengals game this year. I am not guessing.
Yeah.
He is going for it. And he went for it. And it was a terrible decision because, you want to play the field position game that early. And he gave Stafford the ball at the 50.
All right, Dan. I didn't want to be hard on Zach because I like Zachs. I like all Zachs. It seems to me every Zach I've ever known I've liked.
Zach Gianfinopoulos? What's his name?
He's a nice little dude boy. Yeah. From Queens. I do know him. But Zach made a lot, like you said, made a lot of
But that's the way he coaches, though.
That's the way he coaches. But Burrow bailed him out all year.
Yeah, he bailed him out.
Until last Sunday.
He bailed him out.
And then...
Well, don't you think it makes sense if you've tried something all season, it's worked for you?
Yes.
For the most part, you tried in the Super Bowl as well. Take that chance.
No, there is that side of it. That's the way he coached all year.
Yeah.
But the other side of it is now you're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now you're playing one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Do not give him the ball at the 50-yard line. And they went down, and I think all they got was a field goal. They got lucky. The Bengals got lucky.
Yeah, they did. Just got a field goal there.
And then, of course, then later in the game, he went for it and got it. I mean, so that's what he does. But at that point in the game, I just think that was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Of course,
I'm going to send...
I'm just a cheese guy.
I'm going to send Doug Mouton a copy of this show. Because I think this is a great show. Doug Mouton, sports director at Channel 4.
I never heard of him.
I think we should call it that.
Been there a
No,
long time.
no.
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
What's a little?
I didn't recognize that last song. Did you?
No.
No, it had a
I
little.
was so focused on the conversation, I didn't hear the song.
Well, you know, I haven't been on the conversation myself. I've been listening to the music closer than our
Well, I mean,
conversation.
this is what
and the
we grew up
music.
on. This is
Yeah,
what-
but it seemed like it had a little Latin feel to it. Was that like the NFL and Latino or something?
There's a lot of Latins in the NFL
You got like
right
a
now.
loop playing.
The National
Did you hear
Football
that? What's the Spanish TV channel? What is
Telemundo.
it? Telemundo had over 100 million people. Is that like their biggest
does a
audience?
good- Telemundo knows how to call a game.
So the ratings overall for the Super Bowl were up, right? Like near 150 million.
Yeah, it was a big Super Bowl.
Plus
A lot of
the
it-
100
yeah.
million.
Really?
The halftime show was the largest halftime show viewing wise in history.
Yeah. Oh, in
And,
history.
and it was
In
also
history.
the worst.
Bigger than Prince?
Bigger than Prince.
Well, that was years ago. That
Not
was
that
a
it
little-
was. Yeah, not that it was better
Well,
than
here's the
Prince,
deal.
but it was a bigger audience.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
I guess.
Gambling changes it. Because we were watching the game, me and my son Aaron. Oh, let me tell you who was there. It was my son Aaron, Emily, my daughter. My
How old
youngest
is
daughter.
Aaron, by the way? I'm just interested
Aaron
in
is 35.
Oh, my
35?
God.
35?
Let's see. 30.
Yeah.
What city were you living
That's
in?
Laredo,
35
not
years?
Laredo. That's
New
oh,
Orleans?
that's here.
No, it's here.
West Metairie.
Aaron is a year younger
Bizarre.
than Katie.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Aaron is in
What?
between Katie and Emily. Yeah, he's in between.
What?
Okay, will you just?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said
And you
one
knew
3
Victor
times.
back then, too.
Don't act like this downstairs with Martha because she's gonna. She's having a hard time with this.
I'm not going to act like anything. I'm going to just walk right out the door.
You know. No, don't do that.
Good idea.
All right, then I'll just say
We're friendly
goodbye.
here at the Queen
Say
Trader
goodbye. I'll see you later. And
Queen Trader
tell
Studios.
Aaron I said hi.
Queen Trader Studios.
See ya.
Queen Trader Studios.
Stab it. Stab it right now.
And it was my.
So you had a nice
the,
group.
the old executive producer of this program, no longer. He's completely left us. Nick Vogel.
Oh,
was
he's still
What-
does. He does some behind the scenes
Whatever to
things.
Nick.
there. Nick's gone. Nick's making teeth. He's making Paul Harvey teeth.
What?
It's
Yes.
almost like he's left us behind, but I don't want to.
He's making Paul Harvey
feel that
teeth.
way.
He's making Paul Harvey teeth.
Yeah.
Working on some bite cuts bits for me. But seriously, I'm dead serious.
See, I think when he went into that job, he should have negotiated. Look, I need to break away. I need to leave when I do my show with my, father-in-law, and you know what I mean. But he did. I guess he didn't.
Was one of my favorites.
But then again, I don't know.
The autumn wind is a raider. They'll bust you down and strap you down and give you a king cake in the morning.
Sorry about that.
So I saw you could bet $5 and win $280. Was that
Well,
true?
they had all these different. That's what I was saying. It was
That was just
interesting.
overall. I
I
guess
thought
a
they
bet
should
on
have
the
gone
game.
to the tight end more.
Like-
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because my son Aaron is kind of weird.
But like you said, everybody was talking about the betting of it. When I went to the Home Depot to buy this grill, standing there waiting for him to go get the thing and all this, the lady, young girl, African American girl, she starts talking. She says, did you get the FanDuel app? It's out of the blue. I said, not yet. She goes,
He's killing it today.
she tells me, and I saw this
Frickin'
ad or heard about it, $5 to get $280.
Yeah, that's
So everybody
that's
was
how they suck
talking.
you in, and then they get you.
And then she brings it up on her phone and she's showing me. And I said, "Oh, you can't log in." She goes, well, "I didn't make a.
You're done.
I didn't register.
Did you tell her
yet.
that?
I didn't make an account."
Okay, so that being the really first year that everybody could get involved with the live line. Okay,
Yeah.
Dan, tell them a little bit about the live.
Well, I can tell you this much. I told Chip he has the app, and I said, "Can you put $20 down on each Cincinnati on the money line?" So he does, and he goes midway through. He goes, "Hey, you can cash out if you want because if you don't think you're going to win,
Yeah.
you can cash out for less." He's got it on his phone. He's cracking up. He's going, "They're letting you cash out." I'm like,
could do
"No,
that?
I'm gonna." Yeah, they had all kinds of stuff going on. They reel you in and so many. Thank you, Nick.
So, like, you
They-
place your bet, and then during the game,
Yeah,
up
they
to a
got
certain
all
point, I
kinds
suppose
of
you can cash out.
Mine, his bet you couldn't. My
the money
bet they
line?
let
I've
you.
never heard of that, but I'm not a better like you guys.
Well, no, I'm
on
not a
games and
better.
stuff.
I just bet every once in a while. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Never.
I thought it was interesting, the money line, because it gave you a chance. Let's say you bet like me. I bet the Rams and laid 4.5 and lost. The Rams always, I hate them freaking. I hate the Rams.
Yeah, no, I hate
I
the
freaking
Rams
hate
too.
them. Hate them.
They always sell you short.
They screwed us on the last day of the year losing that game.
Yeah, they're bad people.
Yeah. But there's a live money line, Teddy. So I gave 4.5.
Yeah.
All right. So then all of a sudden, in the middle of the game,
Yeah, this is crazy.
the live line was 9.5. So you could hedge your bet and say, you know what? And then you could take Cincinnati at 9.5 and hedge your bet. I should have done that.
Yeah,
and I
you'd
did
have-
not.
you'd have
I
won.
was convinced that.
Well,
LA
I should
would
have cashed out because I
Yeah.
had Cincinnati on the money
Yeah,
line.
that's right.
I told Chip, I said,
That's awfully nice
no.
of them to give you another chance. I think that's really nice.
Well, they're roping you in, Teddy. They are roping you in.
Yeah.
And that poor girl at Home Depot
Yeah.
lost probably $100 that she don't have.
Yep. Jeez.
I don't think it's healthy.
No, well, it's what it is.
There is a theory that EA rigged the Super Bowl to promote their game. In 2015, Madden streamed a simulation of Super Bowl 49 between the Patriots and the Seahawks. In the sim, Pats came back from down 24-14 to win 28-24. 6 days later, in the real game, Pats came back from down 24-14 to win 28-24. They won on a Hail Mary in the game, though, because not even a video game would be dumb enough not to hand it off to Marshall.
I don't care what people tell you, inflation is here. They're about ready to put a tax on beef, a tax on pork. Have you seen the price of milk? Inflation is here. Shortages are here. And financially, you got to figure out what the heck you're going to do with excess cash. They call it discretionary income. Well, the best thing that you need to do is to contact our friends at Coin Trader Inc. They deal in all the precious metals, rare coins. It's completely private. You don't need a social security number. You could be Bozo the Clown and open an account with Coin Trader. They've been around for 15 years. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Call them today and protect your hard-earned wealth. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rare U.S. and ancient coins. They're experts in all that stuff. Give them a call at 504-267-6004 and tell them the king of all podcasts sent you.
From New Orleans, Louisiana, this is the All Over the Road podcast on the All Over the Road Podcast Network.
It's going back and forth. I like that. It reminds me of the old days. Sergeant Pepper's, you know.
I don't know how you get Sergeant Pepper out of this, but
Because
that's why we have
they
that.
did
It's
a lot
the
of left to right
Yeah.
stuff on
The
the album,
stereophonic.
like you're doing.
Well, I think I'm a genius today.
You're
He's pretty
incredible.
quick with those buttons.
What do you think? I mean, am I
when you
come a
look
long
at
way?
Vic and you go, he's not a fast guy, but it's deceivingly fast.
He's quick.
Told you! I told you! God is good!
58. Super Bowl 58.
2 years.
Yeah.
So we're in 22, 24,
Well, 22. Okay. I'm
23,
sorry.
24.
You know, I just can't get my numbers straight.
But it's the
today.
23 season, right? Because the season starts in
That's right. You
September.
should laugh at me. This is comical.
And
I
then
can't get my numbers
because the
straight.
22 season, this was
Dan, you
this
gotta
was
jump- you have to jump?
this is 56.
I'm all right for a
yeah,
minute.
yeah, figure it out.
Wait, Dan was looking at it as well.
I'm all right.
Okay.
The
All right,
last
halftime
Super
show.
Bowl,
Dan,
by the way, in New Orleans, I'm talking, was in
I'd like to get our guest
2013.
That's the one Beyonce won, right? That's Beyonce.
I don't
when
know.
the lights
I
went
don't
out.
know.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
when the
San
lights-
Francisco and I think
Yeah, Baltimore. That's when the
Baltimore. That's
lights
right.
went out.
Did y'all go to the NFL experience? I went to that
I've
year.
been to it,
That
yeah.
was awesome. That's a good thing. I like that.
Yeah, it is good. It
You
is
know,
good.
that's
Halftime
So
show.
we'll look forward to that. 2
Okay,
years.
now the halftime show was the most widely watched halftime show in NFL
disgusting.
history. Of course, it's Black History Month, and they had, you know, all the OGs. You know what an OG is?
Yo, gangster.
An old gangster.
Yeah.
You know, and Dr. Dre, who, very nice guy. When I lived out in L.A., he used to live up the street from me. Because I lived down this hill in the cul-de-sac, and he lived up at the top by the elementary school. Real nice guy. As a matter of fact, I thought that he was older than me, but I'm way older than him.
He looks old. I can tell you
I
that.
mean, I could not believe it because even when I was living there, I thought he was older than me, and I was living there in my early 30s.
Well,
you know, but I thought it was pretty cool, Dan, how they made him look like he was behind a mixing board and all that. But Dan, your impression of the halftime show, go.
well, I just think if you were a cop, a policeman,
Yeah.
your whole life and you served your community, you probably wouldn't be too happy with that halftime show.
Yeah, the lyrics
And,
were very anti.
well, I mean, the guys
They're hit records.
wrote a
Yeah.
F the Police as one of
Yeah.
his big songs. Snoop Dogg, he's a criminal, and as is Mary J. Blige. I think she got arrested for tax evasion a couple of years ago.
She did.
And I think it's a bad message. Of course, you know, when I was at the house, you know, a couple of girls, young girls, they weren't teenagers, and Chip's wife came in and said they were singing all the lyrics. They knew they were having a great time.
They're popular songs.
You know, and having a great time. And a guy at work told me, a black guy told me, he said it was the greatest halftime show he's ever seen. So I'm in the minority, apparently. I just don't think it's right.
If you're a rap and hip hop enthusiast, it was a great show. Now I thought Mary J should have chose a little different as far as wore something different with her wardrobe. I think she kind of outlived.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how you outlive an outfit?
I didn't know that Mary J. Blige was on the, going to be performing halftime. And when she came on, I was like, oh, there's Aaliyah. And I was told really quick in the room with my 10 less than. Yeah, that she died.
She died.
I looked it up. I said, no, she died. And I Googled it. She died in 2002 in an airplane crash. So,
okay.
It was Mary J. Blige.
This is a happy show.
Probably
it was good. We didn't grow up, us guys here, in our age group or whatever, we didn't grow up with those songs.
No.
Like my daughter did. She's in her 30s.
Well, we played those records on the radio.
We did play those records.
We played those
records many, many times.
Yeah, especially Q105 and Oxnard, Ventura, Santa Barbara. I played all those records.
You hit it. Yeah, big time.
My ultra-liberal dad called me up in the middle of the halftime show and said, this is just a disgrace.
The music or just the
whole thing.
But I'm just happy. Like, the halftime show was, okay, whatever. But I'm just so happy about the Super Bowl that it was the unofficial, official, or officially unofficial end to the pandemic. I'm happy about that.
Was it?
Well, then why am I? Then
why is that?
Then why am I
wearing a mask? You don't have to wear a mask anymore. You're done.
Then why did I have to show my vaccination card when I came here?
Well, the news travel starts in California. And the news.
Thanks a lot, Vic.
He's unclean.
The news is going to travel to Louisiana here any day now. I guess
any year.
In a year, possibly. I guess.
He's unclean.
Yeah, because Mardi Gras. She said, Titi. She said you got to wear your mask, right?
Yes.
Outside though, too. Not outside.
No, just the people on the floats, and anytime you're indoors.
Dan.
Okay.
Leave it to Teddy to somehow make this show political in some shape, way, or form.
Well, it was obvious, Vic. Come on, you had to watch it and see that and go, look.
I don't have a really good TV.
The LA mayor, who just 2 weeks ago had a picture taken with Magic Johnson at some other game, and he said, "I just took the mask down for a second there, and I was holding my breath." When we took the
for
picture.
God, that guy is such
the guy
a
was holding his breath for hours at the Super Bowl.
This guy a buffoon.
Garcetti.
That is a political comment.
So it's good to see that wear a mask if you want to. You have that option. But,
it's good to see the hypocrites
the
around.
Cool people said you don't have to. You don't have to, Vic.
In the old days of the NFL, when you wore a mask, you carried a gun with it.
Right.
Fill up the bag.
The hypocrites are out in force.
Any comments on our very own New Orleans Saint, number 41, I think it is, 41, who was arrested?
Put the money in the bag, put your hands on your
head. I
head.
don't want to talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, Kamara, what happened with all that?
No, I don't think
been
he's going to see any jail time. I think he'll get, time served, parole, something like that. But it's a serious.
Maybe.
It's serious.
If it was here, he'd be probably King of Rex. But
it's true.
But
without a mask.
But without a mask. But in Las Vegas, in Nevada, I don't know. They're pretty pissed.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to join me, my brother Michael, and maybe Ted. He hasn't decided yet, for our Olympic spectacular wrap up that we're going to do after this show. It's going to be a
probably get 5 listeners.
The Olympics. Also want to remind you
the Olympics.
Also want to remind you that we're going to be out for Mardi Gras. We're going to be in Family Gras in the Metairie area.
Oh, really?
Yes, we are. Awesome. So be sure to look for us. We'll be out there. We're negotiating some locations.
Okay, cool.
We're going to have Kendall with us like we had last year. And
I might have to stop by for that.
That's a good idea.
Why not? He's a part
of it.
It
was last year. We were out there last year, Dan.
Yes, we were.
We were on St. Charles and a few other locations, I think, in Metairie. I think we
No, we weren't in Metairie. We were in Orleans Parish. We were in Orleans Parish.
Well, we started off at a bar in Metairie.
Oh, we started out at South
yeah.
We did.
And then we did have Kendall. He did help out. That's cool.
Well, if you're at Sidelines this year, you won't see the parade.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're not going to be at sidelines.
Well, there wasn't any parades last year, of
Yeah,
course.
Actually, I can tell
yeah.
you where we're going to be. We're going to be at Triple Play on Veterans Boulevard. Have you ever heard of Triple Play?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's above it's below the Chinese
Yeah,
restaurant.
well, it used to be a Chinese restaurant. Now it's a salon. You're going way back.
Wow,
to Chinese
no,
restaurant.
yeah, that's Young's
Yeah.
or whatever.
So if you're in the New Orleans area on Mardi Gras Day, you can check
Which
us out
is
over at Triple Play. on
March
Veterans.
1st? Or when is it?
I think it's the second. I'm not sure.
Second?
It's a Tuesday.
March the 1st.
Definitely a Tuesday. It's going to be a Tuesday this year.
March
we
the
got that.
1st.
March the second.
Check your
sure.
calendar.
Listeners, do not be deceived.
You people who like to listen to the podcast from
My God.
outside the New
People will
Orleans
be-
area, outside Louisiana.
People
you
will be
know,
out there on the
making your
second going,
plans.
"Throw me something."
Yeah, I heard on the all over the. I showed up a day late. What the? I ain't listening at that show no more.
We'll have more information on that on the Facebook page. Where we're going to be Mardi Gras Day. Who's gonna
Yeah,
be with us?
absolutely.
Kendall is a friend of mine that I used to go to high school with.
Yeah.
And
Ridgewood.
well, he went to Ridgewood. We both went to Ridgewood and Kehoe. We both got. I got thrown out of Kehoe. He got thrown out of Ridgewood. So there you go.
Thrown out of Ridgewood.
Maybe you should bring
Yeah.
Aaron.
Isn't that hard? Maybe you should bring
Well, I don't think Aaron's going to want to go. That's not Aaron. That's not Aaron's scene.
No, okay.
No.
Just
But you'll meet Aaron. Just settle down.
settle down.
We'll call Aaron on the next show because I can't call Aaron and take this music. The music won't work.
Okay.
Well, that's true.
Okay, so anyway, we'll get more information on that. Look, when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. This is the Super Bowl recap special edition, all over the road, the podcast. Ted Semper, Dan Greenbaum, Victor Del Giorno. We'll be right back.
All Over the Road New Orleans, sponsored by CoinTrader Inc. For gold prices, go to goldpricesnow.com.
You know what? If you like this show, you got to share it.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. You got to share the show.
How many people have you told?
Oh, hundreds. I tell them all. I meet somebody brand new, some guy comes to work on my toilet or something. Hey, you listen to podcasts, guy?
I went to Nick's house once, and you lift up the toilet seat.
Yeah.
And right there, there's a sticker that says, he wrote on there, share the show. I mean, Nick is out there. He's letting people know. There's no doubt.
You know what we got to do? We get a bidet. I know you put a sticker up by the bidet. 'Cause who doesn't like a bidet?
Yeah, everybody does.
Because you know what? Bidets, they always make me giggle.
Yes, they do.
Share the show.
Share the show. Send it to your barber. Send it to your uncle.
From New Orleans, Louisiana, this is the All Over the Road podcast on the All Over the Road Podcast Network.
Baby, you can tell it's Mardi Gras time in New Orleans.
This is how it goes, Sal. It's Monday Night Football. And look at that run.
Little monkey.
Look at that little run.
Oh my God.
This is how it goes, Sal. Speaking of sports.
Did Howard ever really do a Super Bowl?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I think so.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he was on the
I mean,
ABC.
he did Monday night.
Yeah,
That's
he was
what
on the main ABC
known
team. I'm
for.
sure they had a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Don Meredith, Dandy Don, Howard Cosell.
So what about Drew Brees? Okay, this is my opinion. Drew Brees.
You know what?
He doesn't
I'm so
do.
glad you brought this up because that was on my list. Drew Brees.
Yeah, I saw your notes.
Yeah. Drew Brees.
Okay, I just feel like, okay, I said this to my wife. She goes, you're just jealous. Because I said, who's this guy, Drew Brees? First year out of pro football, great career and all that. Signs with NBC, who happens to have the Super Bowl. Here he is on the Super Bowl broadcast team. Not doing the play-by-play, but that's not what he does. Yeah. But, I guess maybe I am a little jealous. Like, it's like, not that something I want to do or wanted to do, but it's like, come on. I mean, you kind of earn your way to the top like that.
It's not like that
You
anymore.
throw over,
It's not like that
right.
anymore.
You throw over 600 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
You're gonna,
and I'll admit, what do you guys think? I mean, he did a pretty good job. I mean, I didn't watch the whole pregame show. Did he come? He did some halftime too, right?
Yeah, he was at the desk.
And then the post,
That's him
I suppose. But I didn't watch
Normally
any
they
post
got
game.
that guy, girl on Maria, whatever. her face is,
Taylor.
Taylor, yeah.
Taylor.
She was I think she was out in the crowd this
Yeah.
year.
Oh, yeah.
I don't listen or watch anything.
NBC. I hate NBC.
Just I just watch the game.
But
What
that's
about
my next
the
job.
Montoya? What's the girl that she left? Montoya?
No, look.
No. Michelle Tafoya.
Michelle Tafoya.
Michelle
She
Tafoya.
works for ABC.
She's a right-wing activist.
Oh,
no,
she
works
was
for-
she was
for
NBC.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, so she was on there.
That's her
Super
last-
Bowl.
her last sports
one.
thing,
You know where I saw her last night on Fox News? Okay,
Yeah.
I know not
So she
really
done?
changing the subject
She's
here.
done over there?
She's done it with sports.
Yeah.
she's
That's what-
she's conservative.
She's
She's
a conservative activist.
Yeah, she was on the Gutfeld
Gotta
show
love
last
her.
night. Like
Oh,
2
God, I
days
missed
later.
it. You kidding?
Yeah, I guess she'll be back. She's going to actually to work for some political guy.
I wish you had my
I can't
whistle.
remember.
I wish you had my whistle. I'd blow it
Why?
because this is a penalty.
This is a
To
penalty.
bring
I don't know.
politics into this discussion.
We're talking about Michelle
Well,
Tafoya.
yeah, there is a connection. So she's done with sports. I
Okay.
thought she was pretty good, but she,
I like her.
She, you know why she's done? Because she went on The View.
Yeah.
Right?
And told them all.
A couple months ago and started talking about Kaepernick.
Yeah.
And like telling the
That's
truth about
right.
Kaepernick because they were like, oh, you know, he's no team will take him because he's black, you know, whatever. And she's like, I don't think so. You know, she just disputed that.
They didn't like it.
She got talked to.
They didn't like it. They tossed
And then
her
she was off
NBC.
a number of games. She missed like 2 or 3 games.
That's
but
correct.
She
That's correct.
officially is gone now. She quit, I guess. So go ahead, Vic. Back to you, Vic.
Well,
Victor.
I was on an airplane once with Michelle Tafoya.
Is that right?
And let me just say this about her.
Yeah.
The camera hates her.
She's better looking than
Because
that.
in person, she's she's a mighty handsome woman in person.
Yeah.
But something happens.
Is that
when they
Mike
get-
Oldfield?
Yeah, it's Mike Oldfield.
It was a Super Bowl special music.
Yeah. It's part of
Tubular
the-
Bells?
I don't know what it is. It's part of the.
Yeah,
I don't know what
who's
this
picking the
is.
tunes?
It says prisoner. What the heck is
Okay,
prisoner?
it's another one.
Is this
Sounds
another-
like Tubular Bells.
It does. It does.
Well, I mean, it's an hour and something of the freaking stuff.
I like this.
I mean, you like this?
I guess we're getting to the end
Oh,
of
it
the
brings
loop.
me back.
We're getting to the end of the string of.
Anyway, I don't know why I did that. But Dan, Dan, the way the game ended. All right, let's go to the end of the game. Now, we talked about this briefly, but I think it would have been a much better game if somehow that game would have gotten into overtime.
Yeah, I think that would have made it a great game.
Okay, now, I think it's very obvious. Not only is Zach, what's his name?
Zach Taylor.
Zachary Taylor. Wow. No kidding.
Yes.
He could never live here. They would change his name. I'm
No.
sorry, you can't live in New Orleans. Your name is Zach Taylor. You
Can't live
here.
anywhere.
Can't live here.
You got to live in Arizona. It's the only place you can
Gonna-
live.
You have to be a Mennonite.
There it is again.
Poor
Again,
Mennonites.
with the Mennonites.
But other than that, the Zach Taylor bonehead moves. Boy, you can't go. I mean, you got to do something about that offensive line.
No, you can't. You can't draft a guy like Joe Burrow
And not block.
let your offensive line get to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. And you know what? Talk about Bill Polian. I think he was the one who made the statement. They're going to destroy Joe Burrow. I think that was last year.
Well, he got sacked 70 times.
Well, he got sacked 9 times in the game before and 7 times in this game.
Okay, well, I know that was a lot over, but during the regular season, not the playoffs.
Yeah.
The regular season, he was sacked 70 times. That was an NFL record.
Wow.
You simply cannot survive
That's
in that
4
league.
sacks a game.
You
Lord.
cannot survive in that league getting hit that much.
No.
And then he's also getting hit on plays that he's not
That
getting.
he's not getting sacked.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can't draft a guy like that and let your offensive line get to that point. You got free agency now. You got to pick up
You
some
can't bang the
veterans.
desks. Dan, you can't
Oh,
bang
I'm
the
sorry.
desk.
I banged the
I know
desk.
you're
Ted.
very.
It's okay. He's a charismatic
I
sports.
know you're very.
I'm a charismatic.
He's a charismatic, very outward Yiddish man, which is good.
L'chaim.
Which is good.
Oiga Volt.
Yeah, I just think you gotta. And they're losing Spain, the Ohio State guy.
What's he play?
He's an offensive lineman. He's a guard. Losing him. I mean,
Just
Joe
ridiculous.
Burrow is good.
Yeah, he's real good, but he's going to be dead.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's gonna be beat up.
I mean, I couldn't help, say, man, they got to do something about this because this guy's too good to waste. Is what I was.
You know,
saying.
and I know they got Aaron Donald, so you run away from Aaron Donald.
No, you run at him.
Well, that's what they did on 3rd and 1, and it didn't work.
Well-
and that guy Perrine got stopped in his tracks.
I know, but as a rule, you don't run away from a guy away. You run at him because
All right, I understand
They should have been
that.
trapping him. They weren't trapping
Yeah, they
him.
weren't trapping him.
Anyway, that's football stuff for all of you. Some of you don't even care. But yeah, I mean, they've got to really find a way to protect him. And of course, their defensive secondary, although their defense played fairly well.
Not Eli Apple.
Yeah, but their secondary is pretty suspect.
Man. Eli Apple.
Yeah.
Guy with a big mouth.
He gave up the
Bad mouth in New Orleans.
touchdown.
This is where Joe Burrow made, I think, the first mistake of his entire NFL career. And he made a major one.
What, the suit?
No. After the game.
Well, I would say
That
the suit.
too.
Yeah, that too.
No, listen.
That
Drew,
was
and Drew
horrendous.
Brees can contest to this.
Yeah.
All right, after the game, he was being interviewed, and one of the comments he made was, "You know what? We'll be back." All right. Now let me tell you something.
You never know.
You never know. Dan Marino brought his team to the Super Bowl.
Drew Brees.
Okay. Yeah, but Dan Marino did it like Burrow. It was like his second year. His first year, Dan Marino, his rookie year, played half the season. So then the following year, he played the full season, and he brought him to the Super Bowl. And Dan Marino was the second coming of Joe Namath, plus 20. Right? Because Namath only threw the ball 15, 20 times a game.
Right.
This guy Marino was throwing the 50.
Right.
And when in the 80s. Okay, so
So when they came to the Super Bowl with Marino, they lost.
Yes.
they lost,
In that season.
and he was very young at the time. He was 22 years old.
And they said,
And
"Oh,
he
he'll
never-
be back."
He never got back.
We'll be back.
And you would have thought that
He never got back.
that Brees would have gotten back because we had some good teams here.
Yeah.
And of course, he would have been back in 2018 if not for that no call, obviously.
What, did Brees say we'll be back?
No, he never said that, but it's not easy to get back.
Yeah, no.
You don't know. Everything's got to, you got to be healthy. You got to
Yeah,
be.
there's so many variables.
Your team, the administration has to keep players that are good and not get players that aren't good. I mean,
You got to hit on draft picks.
right, hit on free agency,
Everything's
hit on
gotta
draft
fall in
picks.
place.
Right, very hard to get back. And you're in a league with Kansas City with Mahomes and all these people. You're in a tough league.
You know what,
So
guys?
you just don't say that.
yeah. Well,
Don't say that. So
it's
that
not,
was his. That's
it's not for
and
long.
and I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah,
but he
the
did.
NFL stands
Burrow
for
said it.
not for long.
Yeah,
Not for long. You never know.
Jerry Glanville.
You never know.
Yeah.
Reference Jerry Glanville.
Guys, I think I'm sounding like a very knowledgeable sports person today.
Yeah.
Oh, you
The way I've teed up these topics.
you know a lot about sports.
Yeah. You have. Very impressive. But not really to me because I already knew that about you. But me, you know, like I don't know all that stuff like you do. I'm as an outsider kind of guy with you guys in the room. You know, I'm like, you know, just
I don't think so.
going with the flow.
One thing we have
Like,
not talked
Wait, you want to talk
about.
about the Cubs? You want to talk about the Cubbies?
I don't even want to talk about the Cubs.
I want to talk about those glasses when the people can't see them.
My glasses?
Yeah, I like
Oh, these
those.
have been on TV. I've worn these on TV before.
Oh, I like those.
Those are his grandson.
They're a statement.
Those play glasses? Those real deal?
It's his
glasses?
granddaughter. It's his
I don't know
granddaughters.
what they are. For some reason, I see better with them. So
They're not Aaron.
I like them.
They're not Aaron's, though, right?
No.
No, okay, good.
We're going to get Aaron
That's
on a
good.
future show.
Okay,
You're going to get to meet
I'm
Aaron.
just kind of curious.
Now,
You know,
listen.
what can I say?
Hey,
yeah, I know
hey,
Dan's
hey,
curious.
hey,
Hey, me and Dan have known you a long time.
Well, this is a new thing. You know, it's not
I know.
something- It's not nothing
That's why
that,
it's coming out of nowhere. We're like, what?
It's not something you publicize.
Well,
Trying to figure out if it's for real.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway.
Well.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up. First, before we wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Story time.
Yeah, I mean, that music is
Story
good. I think that was great, the music, but I've had enough of it.
No poem kind of ruined everything. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
why didn't you bring a
I
poem?
am sorry. I forgot.
What about
should've
a Super
brought a
Bowl poem you can tell real quick? Make up real quick?
You don't have one in the can, seriously.
No, I don't. I don't have one in the can.
Lunch was a game.
I can't believe that.
You
don't
watched
have
it?
one in the can.
What, the
Will
Pink
never be
Panther?
the same.
You can't believe the Pink Panther?
What? The Pink Panther.
No, that you don't have a poem
I
in the
don't
can.
have one in the can.
Hey, we're supposed to be telling a story right now. We hear the music, but we don't hear the story.
Oh, boy. Okay, hold on.
Do we have a
second.
story?
Yeah, we have a story.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of course we have a story.
Super Bowl story?
Yes, we have a
Super
Super Bowl. We have a
Bowl.
Super Bowl story.
Right on.
But right now we're calling my son Aaron.
Oh, we are calling Aaron because
Yes.
you're, you made a little switcheroo there.
Yes,
on
we did.
on
We
the
did.
You calling Aaron?
high tech
Yeah, I hope.
control board.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Well, he's probably working. You know, people work for a living now.
Actually, all right. Well, Aaron, call me back if you get a chance. If you heard this, I don't know why they would have heard it.
Yeah, how's he here?
We're not live.
broadcasting,
Okay, so
Vic.
it's-
We're podcasting.
Hopefully we're
How
not
many times
live.
you got to tell you that? There is a difference.
No, we're not live.
We're not live here. We don't do the weather forecast, although we do say it's going to be sunny, high of 75 today. All the
Thanks,
cold
Ted.
all the
Thanks,
cold
Ted
weather is
Shepard.
in the past. It's behind us.
Thank you, Ted Semper.
Oh, yeah. Bring out the shorts. Matter of fact, I'm wearing shorts right now.
Told you!
Okay.
I told you!
So, you know my nephew, Caleb.
Yes,
You both know
absolutely.
Caleb.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
both know
yeah.
Caleb.
Yeah.
He worked for me.
Was he here watching the game?
Yeah,
I bet he was.
Well, here's the deal.
Was he here?
He was here for the second half.
Second half.
All right. Now, my son Aaron has a problem with Caleb. Okay. Okay. So I'm in this predicament. I got my nephew Caleb, and the thing what I don't like about Caleb when he comes over and stuff, Caleb does not know how to replenish. Do you know what that means?
No.
Well,
First
it
of
could
all-
mean a number of things, but go ahead and explain.
Well, it's one thing
Yeah.
to show up unannounced, but to show up unannounced, bring a 2-liter. Bring something. Bring a bag of nuts.
So he was not
I mean, I don't give a
invited.
freaking crap. Bring something.
Bring
Replenish.
something.
Contribute. Bring
my
something
God.
to the party.
A big bag of Lay's potato
Nothing.
chips.
Something to overshadow the fact that you weren't invited. And, but he did show up with whatever, right?
No, he doesn't show. Let me tell you what he shows up with.
Yeah.
Okay? He shows up with a chocolate, an empty chocolate milk bottle. Okay, that he spits
Empty milk bottle?
that he spits his Copenhagen in,
Oh, gosh.
and then he leaves it laying around for the grandkids to get into it. But that's another story.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was talking to my son Aaron. Hopefully, maybe Aaron will call because it was a missed call. So sometimes people with a brain will call you back.
Right.
He's
You don't have to do
working.
So I never said he was a he. Okay, but just for the
She's
record,
working.
I didn't say it was a she.
He's working.
Yeah.
I didn't say any of that.
All right.
Okay, this is 2022, Dan.
Oh, you can't even.
Inclusion.
Oh,
Inclusion.
they're working.
working.
They're working.
Ever heard of inclusion?
Yep.
No,
That's it.
no, I have not heard of inclusion.
So I'm talking to Aaron. It's about 15 minutes before the game time. You okay, Dan? He just
Yeah, I'm fine. I just had
bumped
a
his
little.
head on the microphone.
No, I didn't. I had a malfunction.
So I'm talking to Aaron.
Yeah.
And Aaron is talking about, is Caleb coming? Because Caleb will just show up, doesn't bring anything, he doesn't replenish, doesn't contribute. And I said, no, I don't think he's coming. I said, but just to make sure, right before kickoff, let's go around and shut all the shutters in the house. Shut the drapes in the front. And I go, this is something we could do together, son.
Yeah.
And we can make a memory by doing this. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm standing behind the reclining chair, downstairs.
Yeah.
And I look to my left, and he's standing. I didn't shut the drapes, so he's looking right at me, standing in the front door. And I looked at Aaron, and I said, too late. So I opened the door, and he goes, hey, man, you having a private party? You having a private party? Hey, man. Hey. So I had to think quick. Because if he walks in, I lose Aaron. And I wasn't willing to.
You mean Aaron won't stay at all?
Will not.
How much
not.
interaction have they had together?
A little, enough.
Enough.
Don't need much.
Aaron's had enough to know that he doesn't want to
Yeah.
be there, but
don't need
this is Aaron's Vic's new son.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Sounds like he's got a head on his shoulder.
well,
Sounds
new,
like he's got a head on his shoulders.
Definitely.
yeah, new to the family,
Right.
or whatever. You explain.
So I had to think on my feet.
yeah.
All right. So I'm thinking, I'm going,
All right.
I go, hey, man, no. I said, listen, you can't come in. I said, shh, I'm going to be quiet. I go, we got some sleeping babies in here. Okay, which, I guess I wasn't telling the truth.
It was mostly a lie.
Yeah, mostly a lie. But 20 minutes later, it was true because my grandson was on the way over and he was going down for a nap right when he got there. So I go, and he goes, oh, okay. I said, look, maybe a little later, send me a text. You come in a little later, so he leaves.
They didn't let him in?
No, I didn't let him in. Of course I didn't. No.
Uncle Vic.
No, I didn't.
I'm sorry. I didn't
What
let
are you?
him in.
What are you
Believe
kidding
me.
me?
I'll come back.
Do you blame me?
No.
Okay.
Although I
You
get
guys
along.
know Caleb.
I
You
get
blame
along.
me?
I get along with Caleb.
Yeah, I'm not, I like Caleb.
All right. Well, I'm not saying I didn't like him.
Then
I'm
again,
just
he
saying
hasn't come
that
over
this
to my
was-
house
We
empty
were
handed.
planning a quiet Super Bowl viewing.
That would not have happened.
And when you have
if it
Caleb,
didn't-
there's no
you
such
just-
thing as quiet.
No.
When he comes over and watches games and he says stuff, I have to do this. I go, violation.
Yeah.
And that means he's supposed to shut up.
You just throw the
right.
flag on him.
And if you have too many violations, you
You're
throw you
out.
out of the house.
You're out.
Throw you out of here.
So he didn't even get in. At
He
first
didn't get in. He didn't
first
get in.
attempt.
But here's the deal. As soon as he goes to leave, Emily had taken the kids in the wagon, and she's coming down the street. So now he knows that there's no sleeping kids. Okay. That I was lying to him. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows I was lying to him.
Well, then he should look within himself.
Okay, well, no, wait a minute. So then I start to feel bad. All right? I'm starting to feel bad. Getting convicted and feeling bad. And so we're all talking, and they're going, oh, he won't. You think he'll come back? I go, there's no way he'll come back. I know him. He'll hold a grudge. He may not ever talk to me ever again, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. I said, there's no way he's coming back. And they're going, I don't know. They're all doing it. I don't know.
He might not be back.
He might be back. Sure enough, as soon as they have
Thanks for watching the halftime show brought to you by Pepsi.
There he is. Nothing to bring to the party. No replenishing. No class. Smelling like a vagabond with his Copenhagen. And his hair he hasn't washed in 2 weeks.
Jesus God.
And that, unfortunately, is the rest of the story.
Thank you, Paul Harvey.
And the second half was awesome. It really was a second half game.
So did Aaron leave? Did Aaron leave?
No. Aaron stuck around, which is a statement of Aaron's class. Of course, all this stuff about Aaron, we're going to have Aaron on the next show.
We're curious.
Okay, so on the next show. I hope this was fun for you guys.
A lot of fun. Thank
definitely.
you so much. A lot
Was
of
it
fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think the
I wish
conversation
the game was better. I don't get this. It was a great game thing.
No, I don't get it either. It's a little boring to me.
Would you say good game?
It was a good game.
It was a good game.
It was a good game only to me because it came down to the last play. I mean,
well,
is this someone from New Orleans that said this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. A great game was when the Saints won. And
well, that was a great game. That was a great
great game.
I mean, that had ambush in it. It had stuff in it.
Yeah, that was a great game.
It had the interception.
I've watched that game recently. I watched it on YouTube. That was an exciting game.
I mean, in this past game, what's the big play? I mean, there was the sack at the end. There was the touchdown.
Have you seen the Sean Payton movie on Netflix? Anybody?
I heard it was horrible.
It's horrible. It is.
You know what?
It's all made up, except for yes, he did get suspended, and
the rest
he did go to
was
coach his
all-
kids' team in Texas, but all the little things that happened were made up. Stop.
You know what I forgot to mention?
Hey,
Cooper Cup.
You know, I was made to play this game. God created me with the specific passions and abilities to play this game of football. So in that regard, I play this game to glorify Him above anything else.
Cooper Cup
was the MVP.
Right.
Okay.
Should have been Aaron Donald.
Yeah. Now Cooper Cup this year had an unbelievable season.
But he
where
only
he led the league. He was a Triple Crown winner.
He had 38 yards receiving. Huh?
Yeah. It was just phenomenal.
And a guy at Chip's house, Billy Sims, had like money on Aaron Donald. I don't know how much to win the MVP. Would have won a lot of money, and he should have. Aaron Donald. I mean, I know he made the play at the end, but he's the whole defense. He's,
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So Whitmore went to LSU. Went to LSU. I didn't even know
Whitworth. Andrew Whitworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whitworth.
Long time
I had
ago.
no idea, and you know what? Nobody at my house knew either.
Really, Andrew Whitworth.
Because
He
we kept
was
saying
great,
he looks like an old guy.
great LSU Tiger.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Okay, but look, it's real quick because I know we're ending the show and we've gone way over.
I didn't know
Cooper
we had a
Cup-
time frame.
No, what we do? We have to
Because
do have
the-
a time
the
frame.
music
You know,
ended.
The music ended, and I can't figure out how to get it
That's
back.
fine.
Okay, anyway.
But listen, Cooper Cup's little son
Oh.
was on the set with him after when they were interviewing him.
Right.
And his son was probably about the same age as my Wesley, maybe two and a half. And the kid has obviously never had a haircut, and it's a boy. So the hair was down the kid's back.
Oh, for goodness.
Okay? And he's a cute kid. I mean, I thought that that's his daughter.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Cooper Cup is a man of faith. Okay. Very respectable man of faith. He's a Christian. And he kept making reference. I mean, someone that's not a Christian, especially in today's world, well, it doesn't matter what the guy is. Boy, girl, doesn't matter. I think it does matter, but the world doesn't seem to think so. He kept referring to him, and I work hard, for my boy, for my boy. And he kept referencing hey, look, people, if you just joined this interview, this is a boy. And I'm thinking, why don't you just give the kid a freaking haircut?
Yeah.
And I know we can straighten this. We can straighten this whole thing out.
Right.
Just give the kid a
Kid a
haircut.
freaking haircut. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it.
I couldn't watch any after, any before. I can't listen to all this crap.
Daniel, thank you.
Thank you, Vic,
You're
for
always
having
a
me
very
on.
engaging and
I wasn't
entertaining
very
guest.
engaging
No,
today.
you
I'm
were.
sorry.
You were. We appreciate you
I
taking time off your busy
apologize.
schedule.
Yeah.
And being a part of the show. I think you're an institution on this show. You're one of the favorites on this show. You've been there since season 1. No, really, I'm dead serious. Thank you very
Okay.
much for taking time. I value every minute that you and I have together
over the
We've
last
known each other for 40 years.
40 years.
The next time he comes by, we'll have to have a little wine in the studio.
Yeah.
I think a little wine
And
would
what's
make
great about Teddy
Dan
is
feel
that
more at home.
obviously I've known Teddy a little longer. Because the first time I ever met Dan, Ted and I were together.
Yeah, that's right.
Who could forget?
We were playing basketball at St. Catherine's. You had a sign in your restaurant that said "Help Wanted."
Can I take it from here?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I had a pretty steadfast rule. If you're going to apply for a job, you've got to be dressed appropriately.
I understand.
You know, I mean, that's just restaurant 101, right?
Right.
In comes this guy with a basketball under his arms, ripped pants.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I was ripped.
No, T-shirt.
No, the pants.
T-shirt looked like he was a grease monkey or something, you know, and I'm like, oh my God. Hey, you need a driver? Yes.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I used to do
Were we
some-
playing basketball before?
Yeah, we were
Yes.
playing basketball.
You know, let me bring this up. That Vic has never, not even once, beat me in basketball.
No. You're talking. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
In like pig
Yeah. I
or
mean,
horse or any
don't
word
know. I
that
don't
Vic
know.
wants to come up with. He never has.
I don't know why that hasn't happened because this guy really sucks.
I thought Vic was a great athlete.
All he can do is beat me with the verbal stuff.
Well,
Him and Chris Hunter in the backyard
Yeah.
taking on
I'm
the
from
world.
I have to admit that I have never beaten him in a shooting
Sorry, I
contest.
didn't mean to end the show on that note.
Which, it's a sore subject with me, especially in junior high when I got cut from the basketball team 3 years in a row. And all my friends were saying, you should have been on the team, but I coached
Well, you made the football team. That's all that matters.
Oh, yeah, I did make the football and the baseball team.
And the baseball team.
And the wrestling team.
Oh.
And cheerleading.
I would
Did a little of that
pay
as well.
a lot of money to see that.
Well, this was back in the 70s, and this show's gone way too long, but back in the 70s, there wasn't all this equality stuff that goes on now, but we had a girl that was trying out for the man's the boys' basketball team.
Oh, okay.
So
at Ridgewood or
no, this is a junior high,
Oh,
South Junior High, Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Arlington Heights. Okay.
So in protest of that, I went out for the girls' cheerleading team and wore the one-piece little cheerleading outfit, the one-piece jumpsuit. Now the girls used to have the one-piece jumpsuit. So I found one and squeezed into it.
Mess.
And went out there. So that's I'll just go to show you. But
nice job.
Yeah, nice job.
Well,
the things you do.
Good job.
You're a
Good
kid.
show. Good
Thanks
show.
again,
Good show.
Ted, thank you very much.
I
We'll
can't
see you
wait
next
for
time.
can't wait for the
Over
Super
road.
Bowl to be here in New Orleans. 2 years.
2 years. and
50.
Remember.
Eight.
That's right. And remember, in life, there's always a money line.
Always.
There's always a money
And
line.
there it is, Pink Floyd.
And this is it, baby.
Yeah.
Let's take on the dark side of the moon. This is Pink Floyd.
I saw them in the Dark Side of the Moon tour, Kent, Ohio.
Ooh, I'm Victor Del Giorno, and this is Deep Tracks. That's my classic rock voice.
That's your FM jock voice.
Thanks for listening. God bless y'all.
By the way, I think that's why I have hearing problems to this day. That concert.
You can't have your meat. By the way, you can't eat your meat. You can't have any pudding.
Yeah, no pudding.
How do you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
That's it.
Coming to Coin Trader Studios, we're bringing it live. And who am I? I go by the name of Darkest Night. And Jada Hoyos is the one who brings a sick beat, to which we're getting pumped for topics this week. So let me grab my grape soda and take a sip, while I turn it over to Katie, Nick, Ted, and Vic. It's all over. We're all over the road. We got a brand new show, so just lo and behold, from the bayou to the city to the burbs to the swamps, you better know what time it is when you're hearing that.
Dan, you brought your Rams back to Los Angeles. You built the world's greatest stadium. You brought together the greatest players and coaches. And now you've won Super Bowl 56. Congratulations. The Vince Lombardi Trophy is staying in Rams' house.
Told you! I told you! God is good! This is everything. This is everything. I've been through a lot. I prayed up. I stayed prayed up. And God came through.
All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by Coin Trader Inc. Mind your money.